I like it. Is it started?
It has started.
When it's shit sometimes.
Shit sometimes.
Brad's being too professional.
I'm not. That's quite normal.
Brad made us start again. Welcome to the Mouth of Manliness.
Welcome.
And welcome to this professional organisation.
Yeah. We've been on the BBC, mate. We can't fuck about.
We can. We can do whatever we want to do in this room.
Yeah, we can. You're right.
So, right, I'm being professional then.
You haven't got to be.
So, in our last episode, we had Johnny and Rich from Putney's. They're still here because
they've been here all week.
Oh.
I said that on the last thing, and then
help! Yeah. So we're having a nice time.
It was a great time.
Yeah, so we thought we'd carry on for a bit, and there was loads of stuff that we kind of touched on but didn't get into. But I don't know. I think we were getting into loads of interesting stuff. I'm quite impressed actually, considering you were nervous before you came.
Yeah.
Everyone just started like opening up. You do though, don't you?
Yeah.
Like when you feel kind of safe and other people are like honest about shit.
Yeah.
It's really easy to follow. Yeah. That's why I just say like this kind of stuff's really easy. Like the idea of actually kind of having a better world and people being better mentally, it's quite easy, really.
Yeah.
You know, if you thought everyone else was having as shit a time as you'd probably talk about what a shit time you're having.
Yeah,
you know, like,
true.
It's when religion flourishes in places where people are in the most turmoil.
Yep.
Because it gives you an opportunity to come together about the same purpose. And you think, there's something in that. You know, like if you're all in a similar boat, you'll talk about it. It's why, like, like when the miners' strikes and stuff. Or when the football team's doing bad, as much as football.
But do you think, like, for all of us coming from a musical background, that has helped, or do you think we're just for like open and honest people?
What, me?
All of us.
I don't know. So if we, the last episode for me, I found myself at the start almost deflecting questions and trying to turn the spotlight back on people and asking people other questions.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's like being from a musical background or not, but I think just being around other people that were being so open, it just kind of like I realised I was speaking about stuff before I realised I was speaking about it.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
That's good, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a really positive thing.
I didn't think I'd say the thing about the Brighton with the scotch and the painkillers. I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, so what happened after that then? So, what happened? So you went to hospital. So what was the care like? What was?
It was diabolical. It was diabolical.
They just go, right, see you later.
It was, but to be fair, like again, because our NHS is a beautiful place, and we're very lucky to have it. But to be honest with you, it was a Saturday night in Brighton. You've got a guy that is just a little bit upset. Do you know what I mean? So to be honest with you, I discharged myself. Walked down the road. My wife was with me. Walked down the road and got a cab back to the hotel. And then I think I honestly can't remember what happened after that. But and then I went to work on Monday because I can remember thinking, I can't not go to work because I'm not ill.
Fucking man, aren't I?
Yeah, I'm not ill. Like I can't say I can't tell them about this whole episode that had happened. But my wife phoned the doctor and explained what had happened. I'm very lucky with the doctor with where I come from, and it's like a family. Like he knows all the family. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like so,
my old daughter was
she phoned up and said, "I'm really worried about Rich," and he called her back and she explained to him what had been happening, and he said, "Look, he's in crisis. Like, you need to get him back." And I'd already said to her, I've got this thing with my wife when I say, if I'm speaking to her on the phone, or if I'm speaking to her and I say, I don't think I'm very well, she knows what that means. It doesn't mean I've got a sore throat.
No,
yeah, it means
I'm not very well. And I'd already told her that I wasn't very well, and then I went back to the doctor and back to therapy.
So have you had much therapy?
I've had 2 bouts, 2 rounds.
How long's a round?
6 weeks.
Yeah, see, I'm currently 2 years into 3 years.
Really?
At the moment. Come March it'll be 2 years of weekly group therapy.
Yeah.
And it's generally prescribed for 3 years, but can go more. Psychotherapy can be up to 10 years.
Really?
But
How do you find group therapy?
So it changes. So if you go to your doctors and you say I'm not well, they'll give you pills. And then they'll go, oh, you can ring this number for therapy for you, and then you'll get 6 weeks. And then if you go to therapy for you, and after 6 weeks they're like, oh yeah, no, you're not all right. They will then my therapy for you person. I actually did more. I did about a year there as well, and then he said, I have to be honest. I think there's more like you need more care.
Yeah.
Do you mind if I send a letter to your doctor saying I think you need a psychiatric appointment? And then once you get a psychiatric appointment, there's still stuff to do with funding. So basically, they weren't going to give me one-to-one psychotherapy because I wasn't eating my own shit.
Right.
But you know, because it hadn't got to that point, they were like, right, we'll give you group psychotherapy. And I was very kind of like, this is bullshit. But after about a month, I was like, this is brilliant.
Really?
Do you get a lot from supporting other people? Because it seems like you seem to be able to kind of like build your own mental health and your own self-worth by, and I guess this podcast is the same, by helping others.
Yeah,
totally. Is it same in group therapy?
Yeah. So most of group therapy, especially now, because the thing is, I'm doing pretty well. So more often than not, I'm like, in group therapy, going, have you thought about it this way?
Yeah.
And maybe if you tried doing this a little bit more and that a little bit less, you know, like I've done that, and that's really fucked me up. Like there's, obviously I'm not gonna say names, but there's two much like guys who are like 10, 20 years older than me in there.
Yeah.
And like, to be honest, like for them, they've very much got to the point when they're too far down the line to be able to go, oh, actually, I'm wrong. I will try something else.
Right.
Whereas me, I'm like, there's a bit of me that always thinks, well, if you're desperate, you'll fucking do anything.
Yeah.
Because I got to a point when I was like, I'm desperate, I will do absolutely anything. If I go to hit the therapist and it sounds cheesy, I don't give a fuck. I'm throwing myself into it.
Yeah.
You know, 'cause I'm like the next. Otherwise, I'm dead. You know, like if you're really at that point, you'll do whatever it takes.
Yeah.
And I think by being at that point when you're like, I'll do whatever it takes, it all starts to work because you're like, you throw yourself.
You give yourself over to. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Give yourself over to it completely.
I know what you mean.
You still do hypnotherapy now, right?
No, I haven't had hypnotherapy for quite a while. The guy I did it with, Peter, he's been on the show actually. Like we're friends now. Like we went out for a beer
That's
the other
interesting.
week. So
that's an interesting. Is there still a power dynamic in that relationship, being with someone that's kind of been your therapist?
No, I think because of like my job and such, like I can kind of cut it off. So I feel like for him, I think he found it weirder than I did.
Right, yeah.
I was like, look, I've told you fucking everything.
Yeah.
And he used to, because we got on well, he would tell me a little bit about him. So we'd talk about music.
Yeah, interesting, yeah.
So we'd talk about like Joy Division and stuff like that. So we ended up kind of breaching that barrier slightly anyway. But I think all the best therapists generally will breach. They will offer themselves to some extent. Which is why quite often just having a conversation like this is better.
Yeah.
Because someone will go, yeah, I fucking tried to kill myself.
Yeah.
And you'll go, shit. Then I believe what you say.
Yeah.
Whereas therapists don't do that. They'll have that barrier. So my therapist would still hold that professional barrier, but it was a little bit looser. But I still feel like I could go back to him.
Do you? It's really
totally.
interesting. So for me, like, I think when I've had counselling, what's been really empowering is the knowing that person only exists in my life for this moment.
Yeah.
And it's like that kind of thing, knowing that I can say anything, I can speak about all my insecurities and speak about the parts of my personality I'm the most embarrassed about and things that I've done that I feel like cripplingly ashamed of and stuff like that. and knowing that it's that kind of like blank slate thing where it's never going to go anywhere else. And like that every time I've only ever done person-centered counselling really. So they kind of just package up everything you're saying and just give it back to you.
Yeah.
But I've found it really useful. I
No,
found it really useful.
It
It
works,
kind of
it
like
works.
yeah, that's the thing. And it kind of like all I needed was it's almost like I just needed to be in a room on my own and just have that space to
your own
organise
little
everything.
space.
You know what I mean?
Totally.
But the idea of like being on a night out or something and bumping into the person who gave me counselling, I hate it.
Yeah, I saw my
You have to
counsellor in
think
Tesco's and I dieted
Did
down
you?
the other aisle.
Interesting.
When I was at uni and I had my first bout of counselling, I was in the cafeteria or whatever, and obviously she works at the uni. I was a student at the uni.
Yeah.
And she works at the uni in
Yeah.
student services. And she was and I can remember deliberately seeing her not in that situation.
Yeah.
I felt really uncomfortable
Yeah,
with
it's
it.
difficult.
I didn't want to.
Yeah.
It's a bit different for me because I'm so fucking far down the line. I feel like I'm so far down the line now that it's like I'm just not that bothered about all of that.
Yeah.
I remember, like I did. Yeah, I have had those feelings before. I think the first time, like the therapist I had before, Chris was the same. So he went right. I do CBT, and I was like,
Yeah.
I used to do CBT groups with hardened criminals.
Yeah.
Oh right. Okay.
Like, so you use the
That's
CBT to
behavioural
condition
therapy.
them out of criminal
right.
behaviour.
Yeah, it's like change of thoughts, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
Change of
bullshit.
I think it's all right for things like phobias and things like
It works brilliantly
it
for a
doesn't
lot
dig
of
deeper.
things.
It doesn't dig deeper. That's
It
the thing.
doesn't really work
It cannot-
for
it's-
criminality.
No, anything that's
because
entrenched,
people, exactly.
it's not going to work.
And the thing is that quite often, so like if you've got like deep seated mental health problem,
Yeah.
you need to find out why.
Yeah.
And CBT doesn't do that. It just goes, well, do this
Yeah.
all the time, and then you won't do that.
And then you went.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I was like, Chris, man, like I used to do CBT. I used to teach it.
Yeah.
Like, so it's not going to work. And he was like, okay, what do you want to do? So I'll talk at you and you tell me where I'm fucking wrong. And that was it. So I did that for a year. But the thing is, though, quite often when you go into therapy, you think that you're in the position of least power somehow.
Yeah.
And that's what I liked what you said, Johnny, was that, no, that's not true. You've got an hour. And that's your hour.
Yeah.
You know, like, and you can say and do what you need to do. If you're thinking about it in terms of, you know, like, I'm embarrassed, I'm ashamed, you know, like, you're not going to get everything out of it. No, that's your fucking hour, man.
Yeah.
Like, it's completely yours.
Yeah.
And you do, and as I've worked through it, I've realised that actually all that shit in the past, that's actually, I do need to talk about all of those things.
Yeah.
And that's the only way forward. You know, like, otherwise everything is just, you know, it's just temporary. It's
Do you
a
know-
temporary fix.
I can remember and at the start of all the counselling that I've had, at the first session, they lay it out where they say, if anything you say in this room is confidential, blah blah blah, and then they always get to the bit where, but
if you're going to
if
kill someone,
you ever say
harms yourself
anything,
or others.
when I think you're a danger to yourself or others, then all bets are off. And I can remember that I was having like some like really like dark thoughts about what I was going to do to myself, and I can remember I thought, well, fuck, like if I fucking say that, then all bets are off. She said all bets are off. Like, so if I say,
Did she really say that?
She said, yeah. She said,
they kind of
that's-
have to.
they
There
kind
has
of
to be
have-
that caveat.
yeah. It's like a caveat at the start of it.
Yeah,
So I
there
can
is.
remember, and I've said this to my wife. So
I have
this
to
isn't
say that at work.
This isn't
very
a,
much.
Yeah, I know you have to work. I don't know counselling. Like some person saying counselling, you can tell someone that you killed someone, and they still won't tell anyone.
yeah. No, this.
Depending on the
but-
kind of. If you were doing it for the uni though,
It
maybe not.
depends what circumstances. Most counsellors, when it comes down to like risk of harm to
Yeah,
others
of
and risk
course.
of harm
Yeah.
to yourself, they probably would say what they should say was, "You're concerning me."
Yeah.
Mm.
Because
I
I can
suppose,
remember
yes.
I was having this recurring thought, and I never told my wife knows about it, and I can talk about it like now. But I kept having this recurring thought, you know, like Lucy's beauty shed that I've got a room at the bottom of my garden, and I just kept on having this recurring not fantasy, but thought that when I was going to do it, I was going to put a note on my patio window and say, "Don't go down to the bottom shed. Call the police." Or,
Wow.
and that was because I didn't want Lucy to come and find me. I wanted that was. I
Did
kept
you
on
say that to
thinking.
them?
No, I didn't, because I held back because I didn't want them to think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think the line is if you
It's the
make
planning,
plans,
yeah.
if you're planning to
Exactly.
kill yourself,
Yeah,
it can be seen as.
I told my wife about it. Like Lucy knows about it now, and she knows all about that.
Yeah.
Which is why I feel like I can talk about it. But I was having this thought through counselling. I always held off saying that bit.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want them to think
Gets real kind of thing. For
shit.
me, it was the standing
That's
at the
it.
side of the tube
It's
train.
really hard to
Yeah,
get sections.
yeah.
Standing at the side of the tube and thinking, I'm just going to throw myself
I'd
underneath.
still get that.
And then I'd think, oh, but it's a really shit way of killing yourself. Like, what if I
Yeah.
don't hit the rails, or it just like bangs me out and it doesn't work, and like I'm going to piss all these people off on the train and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And she actually said that kind of could be seen as a plan, but also rest assured that a lot of other
Intrusive
people think like that.
Yeah.
And the fact
yeah.
is, it's a thought that can be parked and just say, no, that's going away, and I'm going to think about something else, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it's when it's like you've actually gone and got the paper and the marker and the sellotape, and you're
Yeah,
writing that
that's
thing
it,
on the
that's
thing.
it.
Yeah, I never actually did that. But I can remember that is what I was going to do,
Yeah.
or that was how it was going to happen if it got to that.
Yeah, I don't always know if there is a defining line, because for me, like I would have like massive suicidal ideations, whatever, and I will still have like I don't even call them intrusive thoughts, but fantasies about killing, and I just think, so what? Like I'm never gonna kill anyone.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
No.
Yeah.
So what? Like, I don't worry about it. And I think, because I just, it was funny because I was talking with this guy who used to work with Gareth, who's he's loads younger than me, but he would just be like, just end up saying shit like, oh, I'd fucking love to kill him, and he'd be like, oh, yeah. And it'd be like, and you'd expect someone to be shocked by what you said, and you go, yeah, fucking that'd be well good. And he'd go, and then, like, he was a trainee barrister, and he'd go, and I go, that's fucked up, man. And he'd go, no, it's not. It's not fucked up. Why is that weird? Like,
Really?
It just go, you don't do it.
Yeah, it's the acting on it. It's
Yeah.
the acting on it.
It's just said the pure fact. It's all right if you think what the fuck you like.
I suppose it's at the point
No,
when he
do
turns
it,
around and goes,
doesn't
yeah, I
matter.
love going out doing all the killing. I kill every weekend, mate. Can't get enough of it. So what should we do at lunch? Yeah. That's when it's like next level, isn't it?
But the idea is like, it's all right.
Yeah. Go and do a
Your
bit of
brain
killing.
can summons up the most twisted, fucking messed up shit, and it's like it doesn't make you a fucking madman.
No.
It's forgiving yourself
sometimes
for having
it's
the
just how
thoughts,
you
isn't
deal
it?
with things.
Yeah.
Sometimes, like, you've had a really shitty day, you've got no one to direct your anger at, rather than direct it at yourself, which is the worst thing. You just direct it at something external in your own mind for a little bit.
Yeah.
So
Totally.
fucking what?
Yeah.
So what?
Yeah.
Like, no one's getting hurt.
That makes
And that's
more
why I
sense.
think that's the thing. You can do anything. You do anything in life as long as no one's getting hurt.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
So you can think and do anything, and it really you shouldn't beat yourself up for it. Like that is what the hypnotherapist was kind of pretty much telling me, which was the best thing ever. It's like, yeah, your brain is a right piece of shit. Comes out of all this shit.
Yeah.
And
Right,
so what? What does that matter?
Yeah.
It's like it does it.
doesn't.
You just go, oh yeah, it does that. And like that
Right,
kind of
yeah.
that really small little realisation, it's like it liberated me.
Yeah.
It's like, so, whoa,
That's a
fine.
very good point. I know, because there's been points where I'm anxious about something, or I'm depressed about something, or I can't get out of this rut. And I know when I'm well, right, I know that my anxiety is lying to me because it's not real.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? If I walk into that pub, I'm not going to get attacked,
No.
right? But I can't walk into that pub still.
No.
Just in case. My anxiety is lying to me.
Yeah.
So like just the way you said about but it's fucking so much. It's just your
Yeah.
fucking brain, like
Yeah.
it
From the
doesn't-
outside, you're just you standing there, but in the inside, you're like, fuck this, fuck this.
Yeah,
fuck this.
yeah,
No, but
exactly.
so that's
Exactly.
that's what Peter said was that. So your brain is really, really trying its best to protect you against everything and anything. So it's trying to protect you against that. Oh, you might walk into the pub and someone might say something and it might make you feel bad.
Yeah,
The likelihood of that happening is really fucking slim.
it's minuscule.
But you know, like your brain's working on an average of possibilities that it could happen. But the reality of it is it's just not going to happen. So you go, oh, cheers, brain.
But the thing is, the fact is, I've never walked into a pub
Exactly.
and anybody's ever fucking
No.
attacked me,
Yeah.
Exactly.
or said anything.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It's like going
so I
in
don't
with
know
the
where
worst.
this is.
So the
Where's it been
balance of
conjured up from?
probabilities is
Yeah.
like,
My brain has conjured this up.
Probably
It's
films,
never happened.
TV, and like
Yeah.
little subliminal little kind of things that you kind of collect over the years.
Yeah.
Or it might have been like something really small that you might have seen
all
happen
those
like
things.
once in a pub,
Yeah,
and you
yeah,
kind of put it
yeah,
all together, and it's, you carry it all with you everywhere you go, don't you?
Yeah.
all those things.
Yeah.
So, so you said you both had citalopram.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So was that after like the two kind of events that we said? So it was.
Mine was, yeah.
So the doctor said, "Oh, you're a bit depressed. Like you've got depression,"
Yep.
and that sent you on a oh fuck it.
It's the worst.
Yeah.
It's the worst.
It's
It's the
like when
worst
they
thing you could
diagnose
told me.
kids with ADHD. You just go,
Yeah.
go and be a cunt.
Yeah, I've worked with so many kids. It's what is worse though is
And you're
not
like,
working
no,
with
there's
kids with
nothing wrong with
ADHD.
them.
It's working with parents of
Yeah.
kids with ADHD.
He's got
sorry.
ADHD though.
Yeah.
So he's a cunt. So it's not my fault.
Yeah. Right.
It's not my fault.
Yeah.
You should manage him better.
Yeah, but that's I found
You know,
that
there's
loads
nothing
when I
wrong
used to
with
do
you.
youth work. It was working with parents of kids with ADHD, and they just excuse every behaviour.
Yeah.
And I reckon I've worked with maybe 2 kids in my life with ADHD, maybe about 60 that've
Yeah.
been diagnosed.
Wow.
The 2 that did
That's
have
totally-
ADHD
yeah,
were
that's
fucking
mine.
wonderful.
Yeah.
Like they're like just their brains were just
Yeah.
bouncing all over the
Scattered.
place. Yeah, absolutely. And their minds are amazing,
Yeah, I bet.
amazing. But then I've just worked with loads of kids that just were naughty.
That has been that has been pretty much my same experience. Of like parents coming, they've got ADHD, so he raped someone. It's like, oh yeah, it's not
No,
my fault.
It's just
Like,
as ADHD.
She's got ADHD. Oh right. It's like no,
No.
that's not true. So that doesn't suddenly mean that you don't have to parent them. Like my kid's got autism. But he's not going to do anything bad. I'm still parenting him.
Yeah,
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 of
yeah.
So you
course.
still be a parent.
Yeah.
But that's so true. And then
Yeah.
also, like the message the kid gets is like, "Oh, I'm ill." Then,
Yeah.
you know. But that's the weird thing because when I talk about it, I'm like, "Oh, I'm ill," so like I shouldn't have to apologise.
Yeah.
But you still have to apologise if you're a cunt.
Well,
Yeah, 100%.
in my daughter's class, there's a kid that has some. I don't know whether it's diagnosed or undiagnosed behavioural thing, and my wife helps out. And anyway, this kid hurt another kid, and it went unpunished because apparently they're not punishing the bad behaviour, but they're commending the good behaviour
Right.
or something. And so Lucy
But you
couldn't.
can do both.
Yeah, so they're ignoring the bad behaviour, but really commending the good behaviour in the hope that the. But
I get
don't
it.
know.
I
You
get
can't-
it. I
I get it.
understand
You can't go
it.
around
No,
hurting
there is
other
sense
kids.
in that,
No,
but in
it
the
needs to
same
be a
respect,
line.
it's like no. But then there's the cut off, isn't it?
Yeah.
So the cut off is if you hurt someone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Basically, so you hurt someone, so it's like, hold on, all right, well, we'll wait till you're calm,
Yeah.
and then we'll
yeah.
go, that was out of order, mate.
yeah. Come on, mate.
Yeah.
That's a bit much.
That was out
It's
of
a
order.
minefield,
And then
though,
if
isn't
I
it?
apologise for it, then you might reward the apology.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
like, it's not fucking hard. I don't get it. It's just madness.
Yeah.
It is difficult.
So how did you find it? So citalopram probably didn't work for you then if you were like on... If you just on the
No,
lash, you have
no,
to kind
no,
of
it didn't
like
work for me
tone everything down.
No, it was just because you get drunk very quickly on it as well. Like, because you take it, and then you get, but then you'll end up taking like more than one and stuff, and then drinking more as well. And so I was only on it for about 6 months or something like that before I just cut it completely, like just went cold turkey on it because it's part of a mix of just self-destruction really. So I don't think I ever really felt the effects of it. If anything, the only effects I felt was it kind of like shaved the top end off of me, and the top end is the creative side.
The bit you like.
Wow.
Yeah, the bit I like, yeah. And it's what's been interesting is that's the bit that's always got me the job I've wanted, and always got me the kind of like, I'm not saying I'm my dream job now and all this kind of, but it's always got me like the gigs that I wanted, because I've got this idea and I think I'm going to contact this person. I'll talk to them a certain way, and my brain will just be firing. Finally, you've seen it a few times.
Yeah,
like,
I've seen
it'll
it.
just fire like that, and that's a bit me where I feel more confident than I've ever felt. I feel like I could just do anything and have all these amazing ideas, and it just kind of like took that off, and then so I was just kind of like middle to low after that. And just massively self-destructive at the same time. So I don't think I really was on it enough to feel the balance of it.
So quite often, like with medication, you kind of have to calm, like.
Oh, it's the opposite.
Boozing.
Yeah,
So
it's the
like booze and
opposite.
drugs,
Yeah,
you have to kind of
yeah.
you do like. I mean, I drink tonight, but I don't like most. I don't drink in the week generally, and that's because if I do, it pretty much counters. Like I start to feel miserable come Sunday because it counters the drug. But it's really interesting.
Are you on citalopram, you say?
No, I have been.
Yeah.
I have been. When you and then because I worked my way through most of the drugs the doctors gives you, and then I found they stopped working. So I'd start taking them, and then I'd go up to the top dose, and then I'd go on to another one top dose. But then when you actually have a psychiatrist, they can give you a whole other world of drugs.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, so I'm on different drugs now, and actually they're really good. I don't find they take off my top end, but you're not the first person to say that to me, because I think sometimes that your edge comes from your anxious and your needs.
Yeah.
You know, like your need to be bigger and better and such alike. Your edge comes from that.
Yeah.
And then what medication can do is take that edge away. It totally can.
Well, I found. Sorry to cut you off, but
Yeah, go
I found when I'm top dose citalopram now.
We're still taking it out?
Yeah, have been for 6 years or something. And I noticed when I first started taking it, I didn't really get very low, but I didn't really get very high.
No.
Yeah.
I just sort of in the middle bit.
Yeah.
Nothing really. Didn't ever really get pissed off. Didn't even really get really
No.
happy. I was just
your capacity
Moderate.
for joy is massively diminished
Yeah,
when you're on
exactly.
antidepressants.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very true.
It wasn't that long ago. It was this year. Do you remember? I can't remember what happened. Anyway, I didn't put my repeat prescription in, and I went from 30 because I'm on 30 milligrams a day, and then I didn't get. We went away. There was a band thing, and I didn't take any. I went from 30 to nothing
I did
That fucks you up.
in five days. I hadn't taken anything.
Did it fuck
30
you up?
nothing 5 days.
Makes you really ill.
And I was
Where are
just fuck. It was in the summer. I can remember. I was speaking to you outside rehearsal.
Yeah.
And in fact, after rehearsal, I just had to fucking get out the fucking room. I was like, no, this is fucking...
It makes you really ill. You
Yeah.
have to proper tail off of
Was
antidepressants.
I talking about Matt
but-
Freeman?
No, you weren't talking about that, Bryn. It was the one where that guy came in with his backpack and started filming us.
Oh, God, yeah, that was a strange rehearsal. Yeah,
Anyway,
I remember. I think that freaked all of us out.
But I was not very well, and I can just remember it was because I didn't get my repeat in, and then we went away. There was gigs all weekend with the band. I don't think we'd been away, but there was, and I didn't get anyway. It'd been 5 days, 30 to nothing, and I just went.
Yeah, I get like a flu if I don't take I had so that was when I had my meltdown the summer before last, and they went, right, we're going to take you off of this drug and we're going to put you on this other much fucking stronger drug.
Yeah.
Who makes that decision then?
Psychiatrist.
Are you involved in that decision?
Yeah, I can say no. But at the point I'm like, oh well, it's that or I'm dead.
Yeah,
So I'm like, fucking yeah, great.
Yeah.
And but she was like, but you're going to be really ill. Like,
Oh, fuck.
they went,
Oh, really?
This is going to make you're going to have a bit of a tough time for the next 4 to 6 weeks. Because they said, coming up, like, we're going to have to get you off of that fairly quickly, get you onto that fairly quickly, but you have to come down to a point when you're on nothing. And I did, I got really ill.
Did you?
Like, proper, felt like a right fucking junkie.
Yeah.
But they signed me off for work so I could just do it in
Yeah,
my own
right.
time. so it's all right. But yeah, no, you do. If you're on medication, you do have to kind of be responsible. Pulls you into that responsible trap that you have to. Like I went on holiday, and I was like, oh shit, my prescription is going to run out while I'm away. Right, I'm going to have to fucking get organised. Have the doctors fucking sort it out. And it's a pain in the ass because you're like, but I'm all right.
Yeah.
It's a pain in the ass.
Do you have any side effects from any?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if it's a citalopram. I don't know whether it seems to be more when I'm stressed, but I've literally night sweats, like wake up.
When do you take them?
In the morning. Every morning I've got like a little routine, boil the kettle while the kettle's boiling.
Yeah, I do the same thing,
take my pills.
Are you withdrawing from it at night?
I don't know.
So that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
It's
I don't
feasible.
know. It might
So it's
be.
feasible. Come like you take them in the morning. It's getting late in the day.
Yeah.
You might have some minor withdrawals. My medication that I take 3 pills in the morning and 3 at night, and normally, then I'll read for an hour or something. And normally, by the time I go to sleep, I'm fucking I don't have cover on.
Yeah.
My wife's having enforced change. No, there's just no fucking baking in my room. I have sweats as well.
Yeah.
Like, I do think they give you.
I think I wake up and I'll be completely like head to toe in sweat. Like you change, like when Lucy changes like the sheet where my side of the bed is just sweats like
I think
you can
Johnny's
see where I'm being.
I think if you're taking them in the morning, you'll probably have a withdrawal in the night.
Yeah, I think because I remember because I called the doctor about it. I said I'm having these like night sweats, and he did a full suite of blood tests to check that there wasn't like a medical.
Yeah.
And they all came back completely clear. Nothing.
Did they do a what's the one when you get the stickers on you?
ECG.
ECG.
No,
I have to have
ECG.
them once in
Yeah,
a
I've had a
while.
couple.
Do you?
of them,
Yeah, like once a year I have to have an ECG.
Yeah.
Is there anything? Oh, sorry, go on.
No, go on.
Is there anything going on psychologically when you're having the sweats, or can you
think
not understand it, or you
it's-
feel anxious at the same time?
It's at heightened where my anxiety or where something's heightened, I do notice it
Is it the same time?
more. So
Is that what? And is that at night time?
yeah, I do notice it more, and sometimes
Johnny's right then.
and I'll sleepwalk as well sometimes, or I'll
So what would happen if you took your meds slightly later in the day?
yeah.
You would probably knock someone out. Or how many do you take?
30, so 2, so 2, so like 120
So what if
and
you
a
took
10.
one in the morning and one at night?
Yeah, that
You'd
might,
be on the same
that would
dosage.
balance you out.
I'll
So
be
it's
on the
like
same
it's almost like
dosage,
having,
I think Johnny's right.
yeah, I might try that.
otherwise it's like having a bottle of whiskey in the morning,
Yeah.
and then like by
withdrawing it.
night you're fucking hungover.
Yeah. Because if your anxiety also then gets worse in the evening,
Which it does.
that's
And
the
then-
fucking
and then
answer.
I'll fucking lie awake and think about things that people have said.
Yeah, because I
What do they
spread
mean by
my.
that?
I get that.
That's why I take morning
what's
and
that?
night.
Yeah,
Because I
Maybe
spread
we'd
my
split.
dosage.
yeah,
I spread my dose through like morning and night.
yeah.
If I
Because I
took,
read on the pamphlet, it said I'll take them at the same time every day.
yeah,
But if I'm on maybe like the highest dose, I think 30 is the highest dose you can have with telephone, isn't it? So maybe if
you
I'm,
can't get massive doses
no,
on that.
so maybe if I'm taking it all in the morning,
It
by
might make
10
the
when I
mornings
go-
harder when you first start.
yeah.
So obviously you're not
That's
having
the thing.
No, but you're
Not trying to
you're not
flex,
coming straight off. So what you
Yeah,
could,
that's a good point actually.
so
Oh, yeah.
if they and this is the thing that people never fuck. This is what the doctors don't fucking tell you. You can fuck around with that. Like this is what I learned when like dealing with mind. They were like when people come off of a drug, they'll cut their pills into quarters.
Yeah.
And they'll take the smallest amounts to change those dosages. And you can, as long as you're still following the doctor's instructions.
Yeah.
So what you could potentially do, if you're finding that struggle in the evening, is if you cut like 1 1/2 or in 3/4 and just split it out gradually over that way.
Yeah.
You probably won't find it massively. If you split it over like morning and night, I don't think you'd have any massive withdrawals. Citalopram is pretty easy go.
Yeah.
It is kind of it's one of the it's not an SO it is an SRI. It's not an antipsychotic or
It's
anything.
not
an antipsychotic,
They're
no, it is
not
an
they're
SRI.
not that fucking extreme.
Yeah. I'm going to try that.
There are others that are more fucking extreme. I'm trying to think what. See, I think I came off of. When I came off of. I think I was on Prozac. And I came off of Prozac, and I was having loads of Prozac, and I came off of that and went on to venlafaxine. And I was so fucked up because my doctor just said, there's no point going to a psychiatrist. They're only going to give you what the drugs that I've told you, and like nothing else can change. And then I saw the psychiatrist that gave me another drug, and I'm like, ding!
Yeah, right.
I can deal with life. It was really fucking night and day.
Yeah.
Like, I felt ill in between.
Yeah.
Like coming off and going on. But it was like, after that, I was like, fucking you cunt. Why did you do that?
It is nuts how
He's
much
like,
the
well, I
difference it
know and
makes.
you don't know. And I'm going to fuck you over. So, Johnny, was that it? Have you gone back to him?
No, that was it. That was
haven't?
it. So it's literally for about a 6-month period, and then that was it. That was it. So yeah.
So how have you managed since?
Through counselling, I think, and then just through now. I changed job 2 years ago because I had a job before. It's a nice job, but it's a job where I had to like go in like fucking school clothes and stuff like that. You know, like proper trousers and stuff, and turn up to it. I mean, I still wear trousers now when I go to work, but like a shirt with a collar and all that kind of stuff. And I just felt like I wasn't being who I was. And I was going to counselling, and I was going, I think this is work. And they were like, no, I think it's to do with like your parents and stuff like that. Or
Everything's about your parents.
And
but-
I was like,
My parents got it in my
yeah.
Everything's about your parents.
But I was like, I'm sure I do think this is work. And then I
Yeah.
did change jobs. And then when I went, so I work for a students' union now, and they allow you to be just open, which is good, which is really cool. And I think that for me, things have got easier when I've had to stop being different people in different situations.
Totally get that.
Brad talks about
I still
that
have
a
to
lot.
be. I mean, and then the time where I get anxious
Totally
now
get
it.
is
Yeah,
that I can now, like I said, I come straight from work today, so I'm always dressed the same, I always speak the same, I'm like, as open with it. But if I have to sit in a meeting with the university and they're all there in their shirts and ties and stuff like that, I still get really anxious about it, proper anxious about it. And then now I think it's about accepting that when I am low, I'm going to be. The worst times, and it's only happened once this year, but the worst time is when I've got to do a gig when I'm feeling like I don't want to be around people, and then I've got to go stand in front of a couple of
gotta be
bunch of
this
people
power,
and be,
this
especially
person.
because I've got to be the person speaking.
Yeah.
That was I haven't. Sorry.
But does it come round quick once you're up there?
No,
No.
not if I don't want to be there.
It's a
If I don't want to be
surprise.
there, I hate it.
There was,
Yeah,
we did it.
I hate it so much.
in
I mean,
Manliness,
I can fake it.
Yeah.
I can fake it really well, but I hate it. I hate everything
Sometimes
about
you
it.
have to fake it though.
Yeah, and
In
especially
May,
if
we
you're in,
did 3 gigs in 23 hours. We did a gig at a festival, then we went to another. We went to Bury St Edmunds, did a gig, then went
Yeah.
back to the original festival and did another gig. And by the 3rd gig, I could really fucking tell that Johnny was
I
struggling.
think
Not
most
surprised,
people
though.
most people will be fucking it, and like if you're giving
Yeah.
it everything you can,
Yeah.
like at that point,
There was
like,
some
that's-
guy kept on heckling him, but to take his clothes off. Do you remember that?
yeah.
And
Haven't you got like a wanker in your audience who goes and beats them up?
Yeah.
we need to get one of them. That would be rusty.
Yeah. I think my problem with work now, though, my main issue, I think I've got with work, I love my job so much, but because everyone's used to me being high there, and that's what pushes things forward, is that if I'm not, I've got to pretend to be. 100%. I'm still not at that point where I'm comfortable going, I don't feel good today, or I feel low today, or something like that. I still don't, and I'm sure everyone will be really accepting of it, but it's just, it feels like I'm more successful if I'm that person that goes and goes, right, you're right, guys, right, let's get this done, let's push this forward, all this kind of thing. And sometimes I am that person. When I am, I feel super too confident. Every massive we can do anything. And especially if I'm planning for one of the events, I'm like, right, this is the budget. We can stretch this so much. I can call in a favour from this person, can do this, it'll be amazing. And then when I'm not in that headspace, which maybe is about 30% of the time, like getting into work and feeling like you've got to play that character, is like so fucking hard.
It must be difficult because you think in those situations, quite often, other people are probably relying on you being that guy.
That's
as well.
it. Yeah, 100%.
So
100%.
you're like, they're being selfish.
Yeah. Or
Yeah.
maybe I don't. Or maybe they just don't know.
Yeah, but maybe they don't know. But the reality of it is that they're probably being quite selfish, really, because they want you to come in and pick things up so that they don't feel this fucking pony about their shit as well.
That's it. And also, I think there's maybe about 3 or 4 people that know me properly at work. And like people who go, oh, like he's the most positive man in the world, and then you've got 3 people from across the room going, no, he's fucking not. No, he's definitely not. If you actually know him, if you scratch beneath the surface, you'll
He's
understand.
fucking miserable.
That's like anyone, I think.
Yeah.
No one's like that constant thing. Everyone's up and down, definitely.
Yeah, 100%.
But no, that's all right there, Johnny, man. That's fine.
Yeah.
Like, when I always think, like, with work, and I feel this really strongly, like, I don't feel that bad about work because sometimes I'm shit at work. But when I need to deliver, I fucking deliver.
You just got to step up, yeah.
And like when it really comes to it, and it's like, oh fucking, no one's managing this shit, and I go, I'll fucking do it. And I'll do it, and I'll fucking nail it, and then I'll go, that's what you pay me for.
Yeah.
You pay me for fucking dealing with shit, and I'll do it when it needs to be done.
Yeah.
And sometimes I don't deal with it, but like sometimes I'm really shit, but I'm not shit when it needs to be done. I'll fucking step in there, and I just think, fuck it, that's what I get paid for.
But do you feel that your mind gets elevated in those moments? Because then it's just survival mode, isn't it? It's like, right, shit's hit the fan. That's what I'm like when I'm delivering something.
I slump after though.
Yeah. Oh God, yeah. Yeah, but then again, that's like we said in the last episode. That's like the whole going outside after a gig.
Yeah,
like you have that,
and that's
like,
all
you
right,
have that.
though.
Right, got to deliver this. Bang, 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 bang. Like I put an event that like 5,000 people come to or something like that, and you've just got to elevate your mind and everything. You're just firefighting like bang, 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 bang. But it's also where you feel most confident because there's no in that moment. There's no future and there's no past. It's just delivering.
And that's an amazing place.
Beautiful thing.
Yeah, you're just so mindful and you're just in that moment then because there's nothing I prefer more than delivery day. When I'm putting on something big, it's just like you just got to do it. There's no, you've done all the planning, you've had all the anxiety, you've had that things where you had the sleepless nights about, and then you just wake up in the morning, you're like, well, today's going to be what it's going to be, let's get it done. Bang. And then nothing exists past 9 o'clock that night after you've packed up. And then it's just like, so that whole day you're just existing in that moment, and that's where the mind's elevated. But I kind of like, just talking about it, 'cause I feel myself doing it now. You can see
it's really weird because afterwards you feel really miserable.
Yeah.
And everyone's going, oh, what the fuck's wrong with you?
Yeah, and then imagine that happening, and then the next morning an event satisfaction score lands.
You go, fuck the event satisfaction score, I don't care about that. But then you also have to go, well, of course I feel a bit of shit now. Like I've been running on fucking fight.
Yeah.
Fight. And then I slumped. And it's like, no, it's all right.
Yeah.
I've had a similar in that recently at work. I've been working towards becoming a chartered surveyor. So it's a lot of work. Anyway, I'm a building surveyor. And I had to do 2 years of whatever, and I had my final assessment, and it was all leading up to this one day. I had 1 hour with a board of assessors, and I had to answer all these questions that I've been studying for and I've been working really hard for, and I had to write a 3,000-word thesis, and I had to do all this. And during that time, I was so focused on what I was on this day, November the 29th at 11 a.m. That's my hour. During the run up to that, a friend of mine got killed. Somebody drove their car into the pub where he was, and he got killed.
Oh my God, that's savage.
My wife's nan was very ill, and she unfortunately passed away on the day of my assessment after my assessment. And then I passed, and I was all like, fucking did it, yes. The following week after I passed, it was my friend's funeral, so I went to that. And then the week after that, which was last Thursday, was my wife's nan's funeral. And during, I just fucking lost my shit.
I don't blame you, mate.
I had to take Friday off I had to have a mental health day. Like, I had to just.
But that's basically
text
what
my
we were
boss and
talking
just say,
about
"I
before,
can't
though.
come in."
That's what we were talking about before, as in like you focus on like everything's gonna be better, everything's gonna be better, and then actually like no, life is still normal.
Yeah.
Life is still pretty fucking standard, and you still have to deal with death, and you still have to deal with illness, you still have to deal with that shit, and I just think, of course you crashed and burned.
I did, and I just crashed. I just crashed. Like I thought I'd be all right. And then at my it was just my nan. I called her, and then she was, at the funeral on Thursday, 30 seconds of being in like the crematorium, I was just a fucking shitty mess.
But you were
because you were allowed to.
All just came out, like everything. Probably all about Stu, all about work, all about everything. Just all came out, and I spent the hour just sobbing.
I kind of like, no disrespect, I quite like that about funerals. Sometimes. I quite like that opportunity to just say, like, to just let everything go, just really put everything in perspective. If
that funeral hadn't happened that day, I wouldn't have done that hour of sobbing. Yeah, it wouldn't have come out. And I text my boss, and luckily I get really well with. I work in a brilliant place, and just said, look, it's hit me like a ton of bricks. It's all been going on lately. I don't think I've been handling it very well. I'm gonna have to take tomorrow off. And he just texts back and just said, like, fucking whatever you need, Rich.
They do that in America.
You need.
Like self-care days or something.
Duvet days. It's happening more and more over here.
He was brilliant. And then when I went in on Monday after, I didn't know how it was going to be because I wasn't ill. And I'm not going to start lying and say, I've got a really sore throat. I'm not going to start bullshitting.
I was discussing this with my mate at work today, Mark, is that actually you are ill.
Oh well, I am ill.
You mean not like vomiting over everyone in the office?
Yeah, but I'm not going to say
you're mentally ill that day, but you end up just going, I can't stop shitting.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, it's because you can put it into something more tangible. Of I've got a really sore throat, or I've
because it is just basically you go, I've had a mental health day, and you're like, they're going to think I'm a pussy.
But I like to think that's changing though.
Slowly.
I think so.
It is.
Definitely.
Look, we've got our tattoos out.
Yeah, no, I was just looking, as you were talking, I was like looking down, they look amazing.
I need to get more heavily tattooed.
Yeah, no, I do want some more. Nick did this one and that one. Podcast gold if you're listening.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, we're going to do some more, aren't we?
This room was built for me to do tattoos. This room was built on tattoos. I did someone a massive tattoo, so he built me this room.
Oh, really?
Nice.
Amazing.
Wicked.
Yeah, and I did. This was a tattoo studio until last April.
That's where I got my two done right there.
Yeah.
How did you start the podcast?
So I started doing. So it was kind of time when I had a meltdown, and I'm like, I'm having a really shit time. Blah blah blah. I need to balance my life off. I need to. Like basically kind of things we talked about really was that I need to kind of do something for me. And it was kind of realisation my kids are a bit older and life was getting a bit easier. So doing the band wasn't really balancing it. I need something else as well. Yeah. So then I got in touch with my friend Stu and said, can I do some podcasting with you? And this was like, about like last November. And he went, yeah, all right. So I did some bits with him, and I just really fucking enjoyed it. I just got drunk and fucking chatted, and it's quite liberating. It's quite a liberating thing. And then I did, and Brad had, I met Brad through him anyway. Yeah. But me and Brad connected quite heavily in a short space of time, didn't we? And Brad had done a lot of his producing, so I was doing Brad's tattoos, and it's basically
we were just talking and talking.
Do you fancy doing our own one?
Nice.
And that was it, really. Yeah. And then so it was like about February last year we started. So we recorded loads before we released anything.
Yeah. Were you nervous when you first put them out?
No, not really.
That's interesting.
It felt really right.
Yeah.
Out of everything I've ever done, it literally just felt so normal.
Concept it's such a good concept for a podcast.
It's just like just being like. It's just like I just kind of think like where can you go wrong with just being honest?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like, you can't go that fucking wrong with it.
Well, I don't think I've sat around and spoken so candidly, especially since I only met you
exactly.
2 hours ago.
and
Exactly.
I've spoken so candidly about.
Yeah, it's cool. isn't it?
It's brilliant.
But what's amazing is, like, this is lovely. I love this. And like, we'll catch up afterwards and it'll be great. But
Yeah.
the ripple effect it has,
Yeah.
messages we'll then get back. And we'll show you, like, if people are all right with it, obviously, we'll show you
Yeah.
some of the messages we get back just
Yeah,
on
yeah.
this episode.
Yeah, of course.
It'll blow your mind. And it will genuinely, it has already affected people. Like, it will affect people. Like, just the little subtle things you said that you wouldn't even realise. And someone will go, oh,
Yeah.
God, that happened to me. Or,
Yeah. I was
That's so cool.
before I got changed, because I have a shirt and trousers and shoes job. Before I got changed to come down here, I said, right, I'm going to go and get changed. Someone that I work with said, well, you got another gig tonight, because I quite often go off to gigs or whatever straight after work. And I said, no, I'm actually going out to Grays and I'm recording a podcast about men's mental health. And this guy that I work with said, he was like, oh, do you know what? He went on a lads' weekend, and he was driving down to the lads' weekend. And one of his mates said, like, you know, I've been struggling. I need to start fucking talking about this shit more, and he's on some medication, and he said my mate said I really need to start fucking talking about this shit more, because and I explained like the whole onus of it is to get men fucking
totally,
talking.
yeah, definitely.
Because more, if it doesn't, then more and more men are going to continue to die from suicide.
It's 15 men a day thereabouts.
No, but don't you think though? Like,
it's
mental.
fucking
look,
mental.
you said it. You said to someone, "Oh, I'm doing this tonight," and they
Yeah.
went, "Oh yeah, my mate."
Yeah,
exactly.
that's the thing.
So
That's
it's
And you're
all it
like,
takes.
It's already-
that's
Yeah.
fucking simple.
It already. All I said was I'm doing this, and it already sparked a conversation that never would have come up.
Exactly.
And all I said was I was coming down there to do it. He said, "Let me know when it's out, because I really want to listen to it."
That's so cool.
So
That's what I mean. Like, I just think like you can't fucking go wrong with it, can you?
Yeah.
Like, just give people an opportunity to talk, and then people generally will want to talk, won't they?
Who's your dream guest on it?
I say dream guest. I do really want to get Russell Brand.
Yeah.
Russell Brand. I went to play school with Russell Brand.
Sure.
Yeah, and he lived not far from here.
Yeah.
And we have been in touch with his manager, and we have got some quite solid fingers crossed for next year.
I'd find it very
Yes.
interesting to see how much he'd open up, because he very much sees himself as a kind of guru character, doesn't he? So he's really intelligent and he's learnt a lot, and I think he's very good at kind of like expressing things that he's learnt. It'd be really interesting to hear if you could get him just to speak about him.
He'll be interviewing
funny
us
because-
more than anything.
Yeah,
else.
that's the thing.
Fully
That's the thing.
expect
That'd be
that.
really. I reckon you could. I reckon.
He
He
tends to
speaks quite
take-
candidly
he
about
tends
his
to
drug
take-
use.
Yeah, I like that.
His stance generally is he takes a piss out of himself.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he doesn't really necessarily give a lot away.
Exactly.
He's always giving it away within the angle of, aren't I a prick?
Yeah.
So my angle of the question would be, like, him doing that really helped me.
Mm.
And the reason why I like him is because
Yeah, I
I
think it's
remember
great.
him talking about going to the airport, like, on a comedy bit, and he said, and he was like, it was with loads of footballers,
yeah,
and,
Oh yeah, I remember.
and,
Yeah.
and his suitcase had like a pink bow on it, and he's like, oh, that's mine.
Yeah.
And it's almost like saying, like, and I just totally associated with that. I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
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 you know,
yeah.
I always felt like I was never like camp in any way, but I always felt like, oh, everyone just thinks, oh, he's a fucking bender.
yeah,
Right.
Which was my always thought, other people thought about me. And I just thought, fucking, instantly, I was like,
He said something. I was watching one of his DVDs, and he did say something that really resonated with me. Is that, and he kept on coming back to it throughout his like the show, where he'd be lying in bed, and his brain would go, Russell.
Russell?
Do you remember? Yeah, do you remember that time? And that happens.
That is
My brain will go,
that?
Rich, do you remember that
Yeah,
time when you
remember.
fucking said this? Or,
Russell. Yeah.
It's so true, isn't it?
That is where it's
That's so
true.
true.
For me, like he said something. I've read his books as well, and I really
Yeah.
like them because a lot of it is self-deprecating, but it is like it's like
no, his books are
it's
great,
almost like those things that you're saying to yourself most of the time, and he's kind of just saying it honestly.
Yeah.
And I know now, like I follow most of the things he does, and now he's much more. He's talking from like different
Spiritual, right?
yeah, spiritual, and I believe in that to a strong extent, but I can't actually do it.
Yeah.
So like, I believe that spirituality is the way forward, but I can't bring myself to actually do it.
Yeah.
But I do believe most things he says is like
Yeah.
letting go of the ego, letting go of the emotion. Like most emotion comes from ego. So like when you're feeling bad about something, all that's actually happening is something's happened that has threatened your ego.
Yeah.
Hold on, that's bullshit, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because your ego doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Ego doesn't matter. Ego is just something you created.
Yeah, it's not
real. It doesn't
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
matter.
Yeah.
I got an Uber home from Billericay last week, and this guy in the cab was just like kind of moaning about this, and he's moaning about arguments with his wife and shit like that. And I went, "That's because it makes you feel bad about yourself." And I was like, "And that's just your ego."
Yeah.
And like, what does your ego fucking matter?
Yeah.
It's like,
matter.
do you care about your wife more than what you think about yourself? Surely.
Yeah.
So that's just a silly thing. Don't fucking matter.
Yeah,
And
right.
it's like, fuck.
Really? Could have gone one of two ways. That
Yeah, I
conversation.
And
Pulled
he's
down
like,
the
no,
quiet
you're right though. You're right though. I'm just worried about looking bad.
Yeah.
It's like, what, you're worried about looking bad in front of your wife? What the fuck does that matter?
Talking about that though, I felt like this is something I really struggled with counselling the first couple of times I went, because I don't know if you guys have had it or not, I don't know, but I felt pressure to be interesting. Do you know what I mean? I was thinking, I hope she thinks that I see the world in a clever way, or I hope that she thinks that this is interesting. I hope she just doesn't think this is boring or
Is
bland.
this worthy of being?
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly, yeah.
But you do that in most conversations anyway, like anyone that you meet. But then at that level, you kind of like, I found I had like a shield.
That's imposter syndrome.
Yeah, that's it, exactly that. Yeah, I found that there was stuff that I kind of, like, it was like all the ego was at the front at first.
Yes,
and she had to just sort of shave that off, right? Bullshit. Get rid of that, and then it's like, oh, that's where it is, kind of thing. So it is difficult.
And it's just layers of bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that you've told yourself and you've learnt all your life. It's like, I'll protect myself
So
from this
scripts.
bullshit. And then I'll have this other bit of bullshit that will protect me against that. And you're like, and then essentially in the end you just go, oh, that's all bullshit, isn't it? And you go, oh yeah, it's bullshit. Fuck, it's bullshit. Oh shit, I could just get on with it.
Yeah.
I love your freedom. You are definitely a man that has just thought, fuck it. Like it is.
But it is still bullshit.
It's fucking brilliant. Brilliant.
I do kind of, I nose around, like I do kind of like when I'm bored, I will go in, like, you know, I said I'll go into fucking the occult and things like that, or I'll go into like Freud and Jung and that, all of that is just about ego.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
And parents. Your parents fuck you up. And then you piece it together afterwards and go, oh yeah, they fucked me up because of that. And then, oh shit, I don't have to do it because they did it and I don't like it. And you go, oh, now I'm alright.
Yeah.
It pretty much is that. I broke it down the other week. It was like, what are the answers? The answers are therapy, drugs and religion.
Yeah.
Any of them will sort you out and they will solve all the problems.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I've
You
done
know,
two
throw
out of
yourself
three.
into religion.
2 out of 3.
Throw yourself into religion, it will solve all your problems.
Yeah.
Because they'll go, that's not your fault. Just believe in Jesus and it'll be alright. And you'll go, oh.
But if you're Catholic, you need to repent.
Yeah, repent and then it'll be alright.
Yeah, exactly.
Throw yourself into therapy. I believe if you really throw yourself into therapy, it might take you 10 years. you'll come out of it all right.
Yeah.
Or you can just mask it all with drugs, and that's fun as well.
For a time.
Yeah, for a while.
Do you think the answer is about taking control or letting go of control?
Letting go of control. There is no control.
Yeah.
There is no control. You will never have control. All the time you think you're going to have control, you're completely fucking saying.
And that's the opposite to CBT.
Yeah.
Because the CBT is all about taking control and replacing different cognitions and stuff like that. But it's about letting go of control.
No, I don't. CBT in some ways is about saying about taking control, but a strong focus of it is on letting go of control of the previous behaviours.
Right. Yeah.
So it does tie in.
Yeah.
It's in a measured way, though, isn't it? CBT.
So it is in a manageable way. You let go of your previous controls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe that the answer is letting go of all control and accepting that you've got no fucking control over anything.
Yeah.
The only thing you control is you and your thoughts.
Yeah.
You've got no control over anything else. And once you fucking, that gets rooted into your brain, you go, oh, nothing matters then.
Yeah.
And you go, oh, everything's good. So everything that happens is just good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And everything else is just noise that you can choose to
Everything else
fade
is
in or
just
fade
noise.
out. Yeah.
The idea that, you know, like you go, you know, that is basically fundamentally letting go of the ego.
Yeah.
So if you've got no control over anything, then you have to let go of your ego. And that's really fucking hard because as men in our society, you know, we are meant to dominate women, we're meant to do all this shit.
Yeah.
But it's bullshit. It's bullshit. And that's why we're ill. You know, and that's why men are beating each other up and that's why we take drugs.
Yeah.
But if you let go of that ego and the idea that you have control, and you live every day as fucking hell, is that 2 hours?
Yeah.
Jesus.
If you let go of the ego and you let go of the control, then everything is a bonus.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
I say this like some fucking awakened fucker.
Sounds like you got on with Russell Brand.
Yeah, I know, but I get it wrong all the time. I get it wrong all the time.
Emo Yoda sat in the corner over there. Ego you have.
But you know what? But the thing is, though, is that the times when I get ill, and then I realise that I'm starting to feel ill again. It is those conversations that I have with myself.
Yeah, it makes so much sense.
It's
doesn't
like,
it does.
oh, why? Oh, suddenly it's like, you know, just the smallest of things. Like, oh, my wife pissed me off. She made me feel small. So now I've got to try and make her feel small. It's like, why have I got to make her feel small? I care about her more than anything in the world.
Yeah.
You know, why am I doing that?
Yeah, right.
And then you go, oh, I'm a prick, aren't I?
Yeah.
I'm a prick. No, I'm not a prick. I'm an idiot for thinking that now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you go,
I did the same
actually,
I did the same with my wife. We were on a mad one. I fell asleep. I woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning, and all my stuff, my money and my booze and everything else had gone. My wife took it. It's my wife. Do you know what I mean? Because they moved the party on somewhere else, and I felt so rejected that she went out, and I felt like I almost needed, like I punished her.
Yeah. But
I
your
kept
ego,
on bringing it up. That's
That's just
exactly
ego.
what you were just saying.
You're
That's
like,
all it
oh,
was.
she's let me down now. What about me?
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
That kind of I remember my mum saying, like, when she was younger, she felt really, really low, and she spoke to a vicar, and she spoke to the vicar and told her all her problems, and the vicar said, "You've got the POMs, and it's the poor old me's."
Right, yeah,
And,
poor me.
and I don't like that
Poor me
because
indeed.
I think it devalues that we have feelings and those feelings come from somewhere. But I do think there's something in it as well.
Yeah.
In that smaller extent, as though it's like, you know, what, I don't matter that much anyway, really.
Yeah.
You know, like in the grand scheme of the world, it's like, why am I worried about me and my feelings all the time? You know, they're just fucking feelings.
Yeah, it's a good way.
And if you don't worry about your feelings as much, and it's like, oh, maybe I just have a good time.
Yeah.
I think that's what Keith Richards does.
I think you're right. That's why he's still alive. It's like 200 years old.
We've got to start thinking about what sort of world we're going to leave for Keith Richards.
Yeah. I
love Keith Richards tattoo. Uncle Keith Richards.
There he is.
Oh, yeah.
I love Keith Richards.
Yeah.
This was good.
He's a libertarian.
Thanks so much for having us.
That's all right.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it.
Come back
You had to come
anytime.
Yeah,
100%.
100%.
And we want to come watch you play as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, cool.
Soon as possible.
Yeah.
We can say goodbye on this one, or just like peter off like we
Yeah.
did last time, like a bunch of bellends.
Well, thank you, everyone. That's been 2 hours of Mouth of Manliness, and maybe a little bit more. And I'd like to thank Johnny and Rich from Pet Needs and Brad Action and his homemade haircut.
I cut my own hair.
Did you
So
shave
do I.
yourself?
I was so close. Today I was like, because it's going anyway. I thought, I was doing the sides. I thought, I'm just going to keep going. I was like, I can't do it yet. Can't quite do it.
Thank you, everyone.
Big up your bad selves
Take care.
and each other.
Happy New Year.
Love
All
you.
that fucking
Cheers.
shit.
Cheers.
Bye.
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 Bye.